your corner.
Yeah, right.
Okay, it says I'm streaming. I don't know. We'll see if I'm streaming. I didn't even go to YouTube.
Oh, he died.
Yes, he did die. He died.
Bogus
Boguslavsky.
We're talking about.
There he is.
Mike Boguslavsky's in your corner.
Show his screen, dude. What the fuck?
Allow to share window.
Mike Boguslavsky.
Wait,
He was a
hold on,
classic.
wrong one. Dismiss.
Myron Cope, Boguslavsky.
Myron Cope on sports.
Sigma, too. He went to school with his son.
All right, here. This is funny, dude. Do you see it? No, probably not.
I do not see it. Oh, there it is. Mike Boguslavsky. There he is. Mike Boguslavsky.
I'm in your corner, mother.
That guy. Oh, what? He was something else.
Oh, that guy's mint.
Hey, you know Mike.
Look at him. He's in your. He pointed at him in your
He's
corner.
pointing at him. Look at his face. He's like,
That guy got
means it.
stuff done.
He means it.
Yeah.
He really
It's
does.
amazing.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
What?
We've been dismissed.
What happened?
Sign in to confirm I'm not a bot. I'll have to
We're
look.
doing the news now, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
The Three Amigo Dago news.
This is, yes. Mike Boguslavsky. This man was in your corner.
He was. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live here with Mike Boguslavsky. Hold on.
That guy was great, man.
Oh, yeah. They don't build
Trying
him
to
like
go
that
live
anymore.
again.
No.
Funny.
See, he was the original Get Marty, right?
Who? Get Marty.
Marty. You know Marty?
That dude
Get
agitates
Marty.
me sometimes.
Is that the guy? Is that the guy in Pittsburgh now? Like
Yeah, Marty.
Marty.
He goes after everybody. Which is, I can't think of his last name.
Marty Griffin.
Marty Griffin.
Hey,
Marty
my name is
Griffin.
Marty. I do the weather 9 to 5.
Yeah, you know. Oh, we had some characters. Well,
Yeah.
look, we were
Paul
talking
Cannon.
about that. We grew up. I was talking about it. Somebody, I forget who I was talking about the other day. When growing up, I used to run into Mr. Rogers at the food gallery in
Fred.
Shadyside. Hey, Mr. Rogers. Hello.
No
Hello.
shit.
Hello, little Jeffrey.
How are you? Good day.
How
How are you, little
Are you here
Jeffrey?
to buy the corned beef
Are you here for the cheese?
at the deli?
At the deli.
You run into Joe Negri, you know.
Hey, you know, I used to go to community college down there and go in front of, what's the Steeler? What's the old timer that smoked?
Franco.
No.
Art
the
Rooney.
Yeah,
Art Rooney.
right, in front of his house. So one time I'm going and there's an empty, you know, it came in a tin. The
Yes.
cigar, right? Well, it was Art Rooney's tin, right? He must have just threw that shit out. Well, I used to smoke weed. I used to smoke weed in them days,
Yeah, right.
and I put a dent in it and made a big bowl out of it. That's what I learned in college.
Very innovative. Very
Man,
innovative.
Art
Ames.
Rooney, yeah, was hanging out with Art for a couple months.
You would have survived in the day of the caveman, let me tell you.
Jesus.
Hey, what are you gonna do? Hey.
Improvise.
So you went to but you went to traffic court. You said with Yarmir, like about 2 months after. he
Wait a minute.
Didn't you tell me that you went to traffic court and you saw Yarmir Yager there?
You're kidding me. What? How did you manage that?
I'm talking about you.
I went where?
You told me
I
one
went where?
time. I went where?
Talking about me, dude.
He checked him into the boards.
Wait a minute. That man, my memory's horrible. Those Art Rooney cigars. No, it must. I think now that you mention that, yeah, Yarmir Yager was in court wearing Shaler. Why was I there?
So is this going to turn into the famous people encounter? There's been a few. I had some good ones. I ran into Rob Zombie walking on
Did
Manhattan
you?
Beach.
Oh, really?
I was walking Maya the dog. We spend summers a lot in Manhattan Beach, and it was after the Golden God Awards, I believe it was in L.A. And we're walking down the beach, me and my wife, my daughter, and a couple friends that were staying with us out there at my wife's cousin's place, and watching the dog. And we're walking. Here comes Rob Zombie with his wife walking down the beach.
Wow, man.
You have these encounters, you know. It's weird. It's like it's kind of surreal, but you know.
And where was he at?
in Manhattan Beach, California.
Oh, Manhattan Beach, California.
Yeah.
I ran into Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Nice.
Yeah, I went down there with two guys, and we were going in, and their bus was right there, and he got right off the bus. It was like Chance shook his hand and asked if I was going in the show. Yeah, the two guys I went with and Stevie are all dead.
Oh, yeah, and well, I was at Yngwie Malmsteen on Friday night at the Oak Theater. Oh, Yngwie was loud.
Slamming, huh?
Oh, loud. I was in the first row. I had a couple buddies in the first row. They had 5 seats. These guys had 5 seats, and there were 2 of them. And they were like, I saw them, and they were like, Jeff, come on. And so I went down, me and my other buddy, Bob, who was with me, we went down and sat in the first row. And
wow,
he was shredding. He was shredding, he was shredding.
Man.
That was at the Oak.
Yeah, he gave the light guy an ear beating, man.
Did he really?
I felt bad for the guy. I mean, the guy was like, "I want the lights on my guitar, you." I was like, "Oh my goodness." Anything for Yngwie,
What is he, Danish?
Swedish.
Swedish.
Yeah. He's a Viking.
Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on. Hey. Yeah, but he could shred. I was a kid and he was shredding. He's still down the street shredding it up.
Who played there that night other than him, or is it just him?
There was an opening band. They were from Russia. You may have to look that one up, Mister.
I'm looking, man.
Mr.
It's
Look
like
It Up.
tonight, November 16th.
It was on the what was it? It was the 16th. What's the
It was the 15th, but the live event showing right now is the 16th.
Yeah, they
must
were
have taken it off the site.
It
But
was,
I can find it.
It was a Russian band. They were decent. I mean,
Yeah.
Iron Maiden was the previous week. I got to see those guys. That was
Never saw them.
That's a childhood, Well, I was backstage back at somewhere in
Adrian Smith and
there was Adrian Smith, Dave Murray,
Steve Harris.
Yeah, Steve Harris looks great. Steve Harris looks as young as he, at least from a distance.
Really? He's the founding member, right?
Yeah. It's interesting you say that. I was watching a video the other day. Paul Diano, the singer that just passed away from God rest his soul from Iron Maiden, the originals. He was talking about Steve Harris and his, his stranglehold on the band and how rough he was to work for. He was like me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you like to get shit done, not mess around.
Well,
it's tough. It's tough out there when people don't think like you sometimes,
it's a labor of love.
Sometimes narcissism gets in the way.
Yeah,
have you played in Toronto with Shadow Flag up with Gordon and everything? And everybody
not for a long time. We're just finishing up an album now. I mean, we're still deciding. We did a whole 360, and we decided, that it was like I came in and started playing with those guys because the three brothers had all these songs that they wanted to do. So they were like, "Hey, how would you feel about just like leaving the Shadow the Flag thing behind and kind of just and I love it because I don't have to deal with any of the production.
Yeah, you just kind of play it right.
In a mean way, but it's a good thing. So we're kind of right now trying to find a name, settle on a name, and 10 song. I think it's going to be a 10-song release.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I heard some samples, and I got to tell you, they're really cutting edge. Nice.
Well, thank you.
Impressed.
And we know we have things
tough.
that we are going to.
It's tough. I mean, I certainly don't have my pulse on the local music scene, but I kind of know some of the groups and things around town, and I wish I saw more writing. There's so many great players that know how to write and stuff, but seems like they get stuck in the grind. They enjoy it if they like playing other people's music. I mean, it certainly helps. You enjoy it, but. I've played a lot of those kind of cover shows. You might want to put your hand in front of your camera.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. It's a new camera. Bear with me, everybody.
You got it there, I think.
G-Hub.
The
G-Hub.
G-Hubbers. Yeah, Mondo got the G-Hub. Get your G-Hub there. Get
There we go,
G-Hubs
there we go.
here. There we go.
All right.
We're in.
It's an autocorrect thing. I have to download that
You
software.
can shut it off. Yeah, apparently.
I'm just I like hearing people just being creative. You know, we all have creative friends and that kind of do stuff, and I just encourage people to be creative. You know, I mean, some people like to, you know, they do what they like to do, and as long as it's their own creative energy and it's your thing. I mean, I just can't. I can't envision going out and playing cover music again. I mean,
it's stifling too when you just stay with the same guys forever. You know, it's nice to come full circle. We've done it many times where we've parted ways, and you've done your projects and I've done mine, and sometimes we worked on those projects together, and you know, so.
But that's a magic there when you meet people that, you know, have understanding like that, you know, and but then again, people are just you know, people that, you know, where you're playing. Oh, I'm playing at the local this or local that. Well, they don't care what I'm writing or doing. They want to hear their Mustang Sallies and they want to, you know, they want to hit on the chick across the bar and they want to dance.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
Everybody's working for
You're right. Everybody's working for the weekend. You know, there's a reason it was a hit.
You know,
Yeah.
I had some great times. I can't deny I had great times. You know.
Hey, yeah,
I
we did
never
the cover
had
thing.
high times like I did playing original music, though. I mean, when we were doing things, we were playing some original rooms. We took the buses to different towns, and we believed in what we were doing, and now it just.
Well, the rock. I remember the rock competitions. Everyone was in. You know.
Yeah, and those were fixed too, probably.
Those were fixed too, probably. The ones we didn't win were fixed.
The ones we didn't win. No, there are some great musicians in this town. I mean, I know Larry. He's playing. What's Larry doing? He's in the Modern Fossils. He's kicking. Who's
that? Larry Dogallo.
Yeah, he's really kicking butt in town, man. He's doing great videos, and he's
seen him in years.
Yeah, I mean, I keep in touch with him a little bit. I, like his stuff. He was always a video inspiration.
Yeah, you know what?
Town.
Speaking of old timers from the city, you know, and you remember Jeff, the sound man from the graffiti.
Well,
just found out recently he passed away.
Yeah, he always gave a good energy. Do you remember when we played the Rex Theater, playing with Honeymoon Suite?
Yes.
He was so into us there. Oh man, he wrote a note up on her. You're kicking butt.
Always, you know what? Every time I did a show where we play a Club Laga, no matter where he was running sound, he always complimented me on my drum set, on those Pearl Masters.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, that drum kit just pounds me. Every time you hit that kick drum, it's it's boom, boom, boom.
Pearl Masters, it sure is a great kit.
Yeah, I love that kit. I still have that kit in the back room, you know?
A lot of... And, you know, I remember when, you know, before digital, when we were making tapes, and, you know, we'd go down to the club and sell 20 tapes at $5 a piece or something, and...
Oh yeah, take the trips to Cleveland, put posters on. We'd hang flyers on the telephone poles around the flats in Cleveland.
Well, we went up there cold. Went in the van, and boy, I'll never trade some of those. Now those were highs for me. You know.
Now, what year was that when you guys?
Oh, geez.
Well, Johnny passed away in what, 97 or 96? 96, right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think it was 1996. Johnny passed away, and then Brian was our singer at the time. We were really in down spirits, you know, at that point, because our original machine, that dude could write, man.
Yeah, there's a vibe too, right?
Yeah, he had a vibe, and you know, when we lost him, you know, that was tough. So we had Brian come in, and it was a different animal.
This is a different.
You know,
animal.
Armando, it was a different animal, brother. It was just not the same. What one guy could do, you know, change the whole, you know,
the whole vibe of the
makeup. Yeah.
of the
the
day.
whole landscape.
Yeah, it went from artistry to like business or something, like.
Well, not to demean Brian, but the lyrical content, even to me, was not the same. Johnny sang about some deep stuff, in my opinion, at least it was deep.
Sure.
And it was kind of superficial. A lot of the stuff we sang, like, hey, for example, we went from Lizard Son to Tits Manly.
Right.
Did I say more?
Right. What a great stepping stone to get to today. How we make music, and again, you were instrumental for me to do this online stuff. Flopping files, and look at us now.
And always coming back to Armando to help us in the technical department
side of stuff. Absolutely, man. I mean,
like coming in and just saving us.
Well, whenever I could help, there was, I remember those garage, setting up your garage, Angelo, in the old house, right?
Sure.
Yeah. It was like,
hey, what? Now that we're talking about that, I've never asked you. I mean, what the hell was it like having me for your brother doing all this crazy shit?
I mean, I came to your house a lot back then. You know what I mean? I drove to your place.
Well, I mean, even at home on Mount Royal. I mean, sitting up in the bedroom and.
Well, I just know, I see why you had to take your bed mattress and prop it up against the wall to like sound dampen the whole house, right? It's like mom and dad get so pissed off,
Right.
for how loud it was.
Oh my God!
And that's the room where we wrote Suicidal Rage. Is that the room we wrote Suicidal Rage out of?
Yeah, what energies we had, huh?
Our first meeting, our first encounter, Angela.
Was it really, huh?
I think one of our first
in
encounters.
the red carpet room.
Yeah, in the red carpet room.
In the cat pee room.
If that room, if that carpet could talk.
Yeah.
It sure could smell. In the cat pee room, and there was no heat. There was no heat in the cat pee room.
That was the coldest room. Like that room,
Like a moo-moo.
It was like sleeping in the garage.
you might as well go outside. It might be warmer. Yeah.
Sleep in the Riviera.
I mean, you would see your breath in the morning.
Right,
It was
right.
so cold in there.
No,
I remember
listen to this. Listen to this story. One night, something happened where the drain in the house. So Dad must have dumped like 2 gallons of ammonia down the drain. And the whole house, all night, he smelled like ammonia, except for my room, the cat pee room.
Dude, your dad, man.
He would come in from cutting the grass, right? He cut him in the penny loafer, Diago penny loafers, in a white T-shirt. He'd come. He wouldn't even rinse off. He'd sit down at dinner. He'd have like a bush leaf stuck on his head. He'd have grass and say, "You son of a bitch."
He's a real Jamara.
Yeah, he beat my ass many times for not cutting the grass.
Yeah.
Oh boy! But
Next is the time, Angelo. You get your ass out there.
Ti faccio danno.
Sorry, the time I walked up the walkway, he goes, "You get out of here.
You get out of here.
You get out of here.
Wow, you didn't even have a chance to say hi.
You get out of here." I was like, all right.
You get out of E. You get out of E.
At that time, I come up and your cousin's in from Italy, and I go, "Hey, is Angelo here?" He goes, "Hey, here with your mother."
He's with your mama.
With your mother.
With you.
I got what he's saying. Lost in translation.
My goodness, it's amazing. Yeah, we met some wild people.
Oh, absolutely. It's been a pleasure. But growing up in Pittsburgh, we generally grew up in the Pittsburgh region, so it was interesting watching this town turn into what it has.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, go look at that Lawrenceville area. You know, I remember.
Wow, is that different, huh?
Right?
Jeez, I mean, remember, Mom would take
It's all
me
chic now.
on the Pat bus, and she'd take me downtown to the Woolworths and the Horns and shit.
Yeah, same here.
The nice, you know, the like the Dickens shit. You know, you get on, you go to McDonald's, get this and that, take the bus home, cold, get your coat on. A lot of good memories with Mom. That kind of old Pittsburgh. What is that? You know,
streetcars still running down.
Yeah, man. You know. Now and then, you know, I kind of moved out of that city, and then that whole thing in Lawrenceville went from, you know, kind of rough edge to what? It's all cleaned up.
Man, that place was like murders like every night.
And now it's all like, you know.
Now it's just great. And,
is it really?
What a big turnaround.
Yeah.
Like, you know where the scrapyard is in Lawrenceville there? What's going on right there? Is there?
Oh, I don't think that's a scrapyard anymore.
Really?
I think they're turning that, probably turning that into multi-million-dollar apartments there also.
Probably.
They'll just call it they'll call it the scrapyard. Now it'll be like
that's what it'll be.
Yeah, the scrapyard. It will be like
Scrapyard selling escargot.
1.6 million a pad.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, it's what's funny because a friend of mine wanted years ago to me to invest in some properties over Lawrenceville with him, and I was just like, really? And he's going, oh, it's going to take off. Well, you know, there it was.
What are you gonna do? Wow.
But hey, you know,
I mean, me and Spike used to go over there. You know, in town where the parking garage that had like a circle.
The circle, yeah.
What was
coming
it?
down?
It was.
That's on that's right on I think that's on Liberty Avenue or Penn. It's on. You know the one he's talking about, Armando?
Which one?
The parking
It's like
garage
a dome.
that has a circle.
It was a dome underneath it.
Yes.
Well, me and Spike, you know, we've seen some hard times. So one time we went down busking. Me and Spike down and the echo in there was great. Excuse me. I had the guitar and he had the harmonica, and we were doing blues and stuff downtown, and then, you know, we were talking about Brian. Well, his girlfriend came by and threw $5 in our
your guitar,
dude.
in your guitar case.
We were there for 3 hours. That was the only $5 we got. We went to McDonald's and got a couple burgers, where you could still get a couple burgers for $5.
Right. Well, there was a time you could get 5 burgers for $5.
I know. No.
Dang.
It's devaluing like crazy, this dollar. Yep. But anyways, yeah, I'm in your corner. Is that what started this segment?
Yeah, Mike Boguslavsky.
Boguslavsky. All right, all you Boguslavskiers out there, we love you here. It's the Three Amigo Italiano style. We'll catch you next time. Take care. Thanks for checking it out.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci,
Ciao, ciao.
everybody. Ciao, ciao.